everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then the name of my channel is My Crafty Den, and thank you so much for deciding to join me today. If you like what you see or may be interested in some of my other videos, then go along and check them out or hit that subscribe button so that you can come back and see what else I have to do. As well, if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for all of your support and kind words, and every single view counts to me and I appreciate them all. So thank you so much. So for everybody that is sheltering in place and trying to stay busy, I hope this video gives you some ideas, and maybe you will send a pocket letter or two out to some friends and start something going with some new pen pals. So what I am going to do today is it's not a process video. It's not really a crafting video per se, but it is just some information. So when I first started creating my pocket letters, I wasn't sure exactly what to put in the back. So when we create a pocket letter, on the front of our pocket letter, we create this pretty little picture or multiple pictures in the same theme, or however you decide to create the pretty fun side on the front of your pocket letter. But when you flip that pocket letter over, this is where we tuck some goodies for our pen pal. And to tell you the truth, I struggled with that when I first started, and I wasn't quite sure what to put in there. I put off actually making a pocket letter for the longest time because I wasn't sure what to put in it. And so I thought I'd just come on and talk about that a little bit today. So what I did to get myself over that was I went through and I just looked at a whole bunch of different pocket letters on YouTube, on Pinterest. I just Googled them, and I finally found a template from Jeanette Lane, who is the creator of the pocket letter, and mine ended up being just a little bit different than hers because of course we want to personalize things to ourselves. So what I came up with was this. So I did my template on the front of my pocket letter. So of my inserts. Of course, you create a pocket letter and you put it in these hockey trading card pages, and each one holds 9 hockey trading cards, or sports trading cards. I guess they don't just have to be hockey. I'm in Canada, so that's the first thing that comes to mind. And yeah, so you create and then you flip. But when you flip, this will all be in reverse. So your letter will actually be over here. So, but you stuff these from the front. So the top ones have the holes, right? And then the front, so you've got your front piece of your decorative paper or whatever in here. You're going to stuff the back. So I put mine in that way. So this is how I do mine. So I'm going to move it down a little wee bit here so that you can see it a little better. There. I hope that helps. So, and hopefully the glare won't be too terrible. So in your letter, this is what you're going to put in this pocket, or you can switch these around or do them, but this is just to give you an idea. So in the letter, every one of your pocket letters, of course, because you're sending it to a pen pal, should have a letter. And in that letter, if you're sending a pocket letter to somebody that hasn't done them before, then maybe you would want to send them a pocket letter explanation. Now you can download that pocket letter explanation from various different sites, but Jeanette Lane, her site is the one that I find is the best. And I will put it down below in the description box so that you can check hers out. Like, she is the original creator of these. And so everybody has kind of personalized this to do it for themselves. So in my letters, if it's not the first time, or if it's somebody that's doing pocket letters on a regular basis and you're swapping back and forth with them, things that you might put in your letter are little tidbits about me, like myself, or you, if it's your pocket letter. Things like where you live, what your town's like, what your hobbies are, what you like to do when you're crafting, maybe what you do for a job. What's your job? Do you have pets? Do you have family? All the things that you would send, but you don't want to make it big. A pocket letter is a very tiny little letter. So I typically like to make mine about 3.5 inches wide and about 5 inches long, which is 2.5 by 3.5 folded in half. So I like to write my letter on the back of a little piece of pretty paper so that when I fold it in half, the pretty paper is showing here. And then I just print or stamp with my letter stamps the word letter on the back, or I put hello. It makes the greatest little thing to just stamp where your letter is. So first off, you have to have a letter. I like to do an info card. Now, this is something new that I've started. I don't even know if I did it on my last pocket letter. The last one I created, I did, but I haven't sent that out yet. But I've decided that I think it would be great to put an info card in here, something that they leave in here and don't take out, and that they can see. So if you're collecting pocket letters and you're putting them in a big binder, as you flip the pocket letter over, I thought it would be nice to have this info card right center at the top so that you can see who created your pocket letter. So I can put this pocket letter was created for, and the person's name, by, my name, the date, and then here I can put some swap info, the name of the group that I was swapping in, and the theme, and things like that. And if you write fairly tiny, you can put all that information on the back. Then the person, as they're flipping through their collection of pocket letters, has a way to identify that really quickly. And then in one of your pockets, you want to do some handmade goodies. I like to add a little, just a few little embellishments that I've made, or maybe some tiny little envelopes or some tiny tags. A button card would be cute in here. And all that would be possibly a colorful piece of scrapbooking cardstock, and sew 6 little buttons on here, or stamp the word buttons and put 4 little buttons on it. But sew them right to the card. Sew them through with some string or thread, and then tie it so that if they rip that button off the card, they can actually use that button that already has thread on it in their projects. So that would be cute. Washi tape is a really popular item to put in. And all that entails is to find 3 or 4 5 if you're using the real thin ones of your favorite washi. We have tons of washi. If you're a paper crafter, you have tons of washi tape. So just take a shiny playing card and wrap maybe 3 or 4 feet of washi tape around the card, and put 3, 4, 5 different types of washi tape on there. Let the recipient of your letter grow their washi collection that way. And in the center of mine, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm making a pocket letter that is one big piece of scrapbooking paper cut up into my 9 cards and put in here so I have a unified front, and then decorating that, then I will put in behind this center one, I will put a little plastic pocket, or one of those little sealed plastic bags, little little tiny Ziploc bags are great for this. And I will put in a sequin mix. Now, to do that, I'll take my little scoop and my little things of sequins, and I may put a little scoop of white, a little scoop of pink, and a little scoop of mint green, and I'll make a mix, or I'll do some metallics or blues and purples. I try to, blend some colors together into here and make a pretty little mix of sequins. And if I have created a pocket letter that has different cards, like so I'll do all these will be separate cards in the same theme, then what I'll do in here is maybe put some sequins right in the middle and use my fuse tool or a piece of tape to seal this up and actually make a shaker pocket in the middle, and it'll be part of my pocket letter. And in one of my sections, I always like to do some ATC sized papers. Now, everybody that does paper crafting, or most of us who do paper crafting, know that an ATC is an artist trading card, and the size is 2.5 by 3.5, exactly the same as your pocket letter. And you could do some ATC sized decorative papers, or you could cut out some shapes with your punches and put them in here, or you could add some paper die cuts and things like that. But keep in mind that if you're doing die cuts and papers, you want to keep them in this size range so they don't get all creased and folded when you're putting them back in here. You want to be able to add things behind your front piece of paper that are going to be usable. And another idea is ribbons or lace. We all have a lot of decorative ribbons and little bits of lace and things like that. You can wrap them around a playing card, just like you do with your washi tape, add approximately 12-inch pieces of trim. And to seal them, all you have to do is take a teeny tiny little piece of Scotch tape and stick it over that loose end once you get it wrapped around. And depending on the size of your trim or your lace or your ribbon, you can get maybe 3 or 4 rows on here as well. And then a really popular item to put in your pocket letters is also a tea bag. So a lot of us typically use these individual packaged tea bags. I wouldn't throw just a tea bag in here. That wouldn't be very pretty. But what I always do is I typically have a flavored tea that I'm drinking, and it could be I drink a lot of chai tea in the coldest part of the winter. I will drink honey and lemon. Right now I'm doing honey and lemon because I don't know, there's just something about it that makes me think I'm warding off this virus. No truth in it at all, but it just makes me feel better. And but you might do an iced tea flavor packet, or some drink crystals, or you could put in a small chocolate treat in here, or anything like that. But I usually like to include in my letter why I'm drinking this particular type of tea. It's just another little tidbit of information about myself. And then I like to include the packet of tea. And finally, and lastly, is this last pocket, which can be miscellaneous. This can be something that you're sending that is particularly suited to your it's something specific that's suited to your recipient. Like, you may know that they love butterflies, or they love bows or something like that, and you may put in here that item. Or it could be something that you love and you just want to share. So I have this made, and I keep this. I'm going to put this back up a little bit now so that you can see the whole thing. And I keep this in my binder with my pocket letters that I collect and that I make, and the ones that I've received from people all over. And when I go to make a pocket letter now, I purposely don't get this out until I'm done the pocket letter. So I make the front of my pocket letter. I get the actual pocket letter all made up, and then I will pop this out, and I have a little box that is in dire need of being topped up right now, but I have a little box where I like to keep all the little bits and things that I collect that is just specifically for friend mail. So pocket letters, cards, tags, ATCs, things that I'm sending out. I like to have, I've got a little container with a snap-on lid, and I like to keep that right full, and it is a long way from being full right now. I really do need to get out to a dollar store. By the way, dollar stores are a really fabulous place to find items for swapping. Your stickers, I don't even know if I have that on here. I don't have that on here. You know, they could go in here, like your ATC sized papers, your cutout shapes and things like that. You could put stickers in here. If a person is into planning, or you know, if they have other hobbies and things like that that they could use stickers for, cut some of your bigger sticker sheets down to pocket sized and then just slide them in, you know, things like that. They could also go in the miscellaneous. So yeah, you know, just for example, my granddaughter loves unicorns and things like that. So if I were to send her a pocket letter, I'd put a bunch of unicorn stickers and things like that in here. And my washi tape may have washi tape with unicorns or fairies or things like that. Or like I said, butterfly stickers, and maybe they love butterflies. So you would send washi tape that had butterflies on it. So find out what your recipient likes as well. That's always a really good idea. So I really hope that this little video has been helpful. And if you haven't made one of these and sent it to anybody, then I highly recommend that you just look them up and, you know, do a little bit of research, or just pick a theme. Do a spring one, well, we just did Easter ones and sent them to each other. You can do seasonal themes. You can do cartoon themes, like, oh, Mickey Mouse. Lots of people like doing Mickey Mouse pocket letters, or Minnie Mouse. And yeah, like I said, maybe do a whole theme of unicorns, or a whole theme of fairies or butterflies, or something that's easy for you. If you've got a lot of one particular kind of sticker laying around, maybe you would love to do a pocket letter in that theme. So make up a pocket letter and send it to somebody, and yeah, they'll be really excited to receive it. Now, the only trick, if you're new at this, that I really want to instill in you is that when you create this pocket letter, keep your items as flat as possible. Remember, this is all flat mail, paper crafting mail and happy mail. So it's flat mail. We want to keep it as flat as possible. And these fold. So if you have your pocket letter done and you fold this from the top to the bottom like this, and you fold it from the bottom up like this. I wrote that wrong on there, so it's on the back side. Then you have a package that is this size, and it will fit into a number 10 envelope, a regular business-sized envelope. And you should be able to mail it, unless you put way too much stuff in it. You should be able to keep this thin enough and light enough that you can mail it with one, and at the very most two, regular postage stamps. So we don't want these to cost an arm and a leg to mail. We want to keep them down to a reasonable price so that we can have fun with them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and share and comment and all those really cool things. And I will see you all in the next video.